Hey there yogis, I'm Nicole. Welcome back to my yoga time. Thanks for joining me today. I have another super short and sweet practice for you. Whole body flow, a little bit of core strength in this one. Great class to get you moving for the day. I've got 2 blocks for this practice. If you've only got 1 block, that should be fine. You might just need a pillow or a little extra padding. If you've got no props at all, then just get yourself a rolled up towel and we'll use that towards the end of the class. So when you're ready, let's begin. Coming on to all fours. Beginning in our puppy pose, so keeping the hands as wide as the mat, reaching them out in front. Now if you've got an unhappy shoulder today, leave that arm out of it and use the back of that palm as a pillow instead. Otherwise, hands are nice and wide, forehead is meeting the mat, or bring the elbows a little closer, hands into prayer above the head. Make sure the forehead is resting on the mat. If not, you can always use your block or your towel underneath. And let's begin to breathe into the upper back and shoulders. Take a deep inhalation and pause. Exhaling slowly, softening towards the mat. And follow your next inhalation. Let's lift up out of the pose. Coming into tabletop position, hands under shoulders now, knees under hips. Let's curl those toes under, drop the belly as you move into your back bend. Exhaling to round the spine. Next exhalation, let's lift those hips up into our downward facing dog. Feel free to keep the knees bent to begin with. You might like to walk out the legs. Gently send your chest towards your thighs. And then when you're ready, let's inhale, right leg up. Exhale, come forward into plank, knee to nose, round the upper back. Inhale, take it back, 3-legged dog. Exhaling, knee to nose. Last one. This time look forward in between the hands and we'll step that right foot through. Coming up into a high lunge, press into both feet, lifting on up with those arms. So here we can find a little bend in the back knee. Feel as though you're pressing the feet away from each other. I'm going to take a little stretch into that psoas muscle. So right hand is going to take a hold of the left wrist, lift up and lean over. Look past your right hip. Take a spacious breath down the left side of the body. And coming back to center, lower the hands to the heart. Let's lean forward. A few baby steps in if you need to with that back foot before transitioning into your warrior 3. Dorsal flexing the foot, slightly tucking the tailbone under. Lifting on up, bring that left knee up with you if you can. Little twist here, take the right hand to the outside of the left knee, left arm behind you. A little bit of resistance there between the hand and the knee. And you have the option from here to move into chair pose, lower left foot to the floor, or if you can, a one-legged chair. Take the left ankle to the right knee instead. Feel free to stay here. If it's available for you, fold forward. Maybe take the hands to the blocks or the floor. Breathe into the back, into the outer hips. And let's return to our chair pose, coming all the way up. Lift the left knee and lower the foot down. Sinking the weight back into the heels. And forward fold, well done. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale to bow, take it back, downward facing dog. And we'll practice that on the other side. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, forward into plank, knee to nose, round the upper back. Inhale, take it back. Last one, step through into your high lunge. So you'll feel a little more stable here if you have those feet about hip width apart. Press into both feet, bring the upper body up. Bending in the right knee just a little. Left hand takes the right wrist, lift up and lean over. Come back to center, warrior three. Pressing palms together, drawing the shoulders down towards the hips. And let's lift up, bring that right knee with you if you can. Take your twist. Return to center, either two-legged chair or one-legged chair. Option to fold forward. Let's return, coming all the way up. Release that right leg and lower the hands down. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift. Bowing down, downward facing dog. Step it back. Let's hold here for a few breaths, gently pressing into the pads of the fingers. Try to squeeze the heels of the palms in just a little towards one another. Send your chest toward your thighs. Let's take 3 out breaths through the mouth, haaring out the breath. Let's lower knees to the mat. And then we'll come up into a kneeling position. Taking the right leg out to the side, turn the toes forward. We're moving into our gate pose. So side bend, left hand down to the mat, or you can always use your block if you need to. Right arm overhead. Feel free to look down and gently send the hips forward. Option 1 is here, a little stronger. If you want to lift the right fingertips up towards the ceiling, press into your right foot. You're going to lift up the left knee. You could stay there, or you can straighten the leg. Turning the left palm, heel of the palm in a little. Let's return to your gate pose. And let's inhale to come all the way up. Bringing hands to the hips, let's change sides. Option 1, staying here. Option 2, left fingertips to the ceiling. Let's pick up that right knee. Feel free to straighten the leg if that's an option for you. And let's release, return to your gate pose. From here, we'll take a seat, sit down towards that right heel, then readjust those hips. So you're coming onto the bottom, right knee bent, left leg straight, preparing for our head to knee pose, Shavasana. Now you can always support right knee and hip with your block or your towel if you need to. Let's keep a little bit of resistance between the right foot and the left thigh. When you're ready, we'll inhale the arms up. As you exhale, fold forward. Then inhale to come back up. Keep pressing the foot into the thigh. This last time coming down, we're going to hold it, either resting with the hands on the leg, or maybe you can reach the foot. Taking a few breaths here into the back side of the body. See if you can deepen your forward bend by deepening the breath into the back. And let's inhale to lift up. Right hand behind you, baby wild thing, send those hips forward. And let's lower down. We'll change sides. A little bit of resistance between left foot and right thigh. Inhale the arms up. Exhale to hinge. Pressing down through that right heel as well. Third time staying down, taking a hold of the leg or the foot. Be careful not to overstrain or overstretch. If you can't deepen the breath into your back, it's a sign you've gone too far. Can you feel the body rise and fall with the ebb and flow of your breath? Let's inhale to come up. Baby wild thing, left hand down, send the hips forward. And let's lower down. Well done, yogis. Taking a hold of your props now, I'm just going to use the one block underneath my shoulders for a supported fish pose. If you've got your rolled up towel, you're going to place that behind your shoulder blades. If you've got the two blocks and you need to support the head, you can always have them at the same height. If you need to lighten the pose, block under the head's going to go deeper. When you're ready, come on down. Make sure that bottom block is right underneath those shoulder blades. Head can come to your other prop or the mat. You can always keep the knees comfortably bent here if your back is a little niggly. Otherwise, straighten and relax the legs. Breathe into the heart center. A moment to pause before you exhale. And when you're ready, let's release the pose. You can bend the knees a little. If you're able to roll off to one side, do so. Otherwise, palms down, tuck in the chin, just coming halfway up. Remove your prop and then recline. Once on your back, let's take the feet as wide as the mat. Let the knees fall into touch and take the hands to the belly. And here I want you to feel as though you're breathing into the belly. So you should feel the belly expand, almost as though you're blowing up a balloon. See if you can now breathe into the belly and then into the upper back, into any newfound space. Breathe into the belly and then the upper back. In your own time, you can straighten and relax the legs as you lower into Shavasana, tucking shoulders under, taking up as much space on the mat as is comfortable. Closing the eyes down and softening the forehead. And taking a few moments to just be in this spaciousness. Begin to inhale a little deeper. Swallowing if the mouth is dry. Following any urges to wiggle toes and fingers or stretch as though you just woke up. In your own time, moving into the fetal position. And then only when you're ready, lifting up to seated to return to your day. I hope that you enjoyed that short, sweet practice, yogis. Please feel free to make any class requests in the comments below. The intention of this channel is to help cultivate your home practice. Wishing you a lovely day.